everybody, and welcome to Final Play Sports. I'm your host, Pete Lubar, and today we're talking Big 12 football. It's spring football season is wrapped up, and today we're going to cover the Baylor Bears. Baylor has had a very interesting season the last year. They started 2-5 and then won 6 regular season games before losing to LSU in the Texas Bowl. Under 6-year coach Dave Aranda, Baylor looks to be very strong this year. Expectations are high. The team returns 7 players, 7 starters on both sides of the ball. And as a result, they've already got system in place, players in place. And if they can build on what they did last year, they should have an excellent year. Baylor runs a air raid offense, which spreads the field with 4 and 5 wide splits. And the quarterback goes from the shotgun. Their quarterback this year is redshirt senior Sawyer Robinson. He is QB1. He completed 229 out of 368 attempts for 3,071 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. So really good numbers there. He also ran for 230 yards and 4 touchdowns. They got a good transfer in. Walker White comes over from Auburn. He is a sophomore, I believe. And then they signed Edward Griffin from Capel High School in Capel, Texas, part of the Dallas suburbs. So got a good quarterback room set up for the future. Running game is probably one of the best in the conference. Main contributors are Brian Washington and Dawson Pendergast. Both return after scoring for nearly 1,700 yards combined and 18 scores last year. The run for Baylor is set up by the pass. And so once you get the guys spread out and you start throwing the ball around, it makes the running game much easier. And so that'll be good. Baylor returns 4 starters on the offensive line, and they signed 2 4-star runners in the 2025 class, so they should be in good shape to be able to run the ball this year. From a passing standpoint, the leading receiver, Josh Cameron, returns after posting 52 receptions for 754 yards and 10 TDs. They also brought in a number of new receivers from the transfer portal, including Kobe Prentice from Alabama and Lewis Brown IV from Colorado State via San Diego State University. And he had 628 yards and 38 receptions for the Aztecs last year. So they brought in some guys. Lewis Brown came in 2 weeks ago in the second portal transfer period. Defensively, the Bears run a small ball, they call it small ball zone defense, with some man-to-man elements. Linebacker Keaton Thomas, their leading tackler from last year, returns. He accounted for 62 solo and 106 total tackles. They lost Matt Jones, their second leading tackler. He went to the Raiders, so got himself a promotion to Pro Bowl. And so they're rebuilding the linebacker core a little bit, and they started that effort by signing several transfers, including Trevian Barnes from Florida International and Amari Winston from Oregon, Phoenix Jackson from Fresno State. They also got some defensive line help with Matthew Fobbs White transferring in from Tulane. From a recruiting standpoint, Baylor had a pretty strong recruiting class. It was ranked 40th nationally by several different recruiting sites, 5th in the Big 12. They got commitments from several 4-star recruits, including Caleb Burns, a linebacker out of Houston, Taz Williams, a receiver out of Red Oak, Michael Turner, a running back out of Richland, Cameron Morgan, an edge out of Dallas, and Rylan Morris, who's an athlete out of Honeygrove. Baylor recruits Texas very hard. Almost all the kids they brought in were Texas athletes, so good for them. Transfers, Baylor lost 13 players to the transfer portal, added 18 new players, including several in the second portal session. Adonis Freelo from Tulane, big defensive lineman. Lewis Brown, we talked about. Caldwell Wilford, a defensive back. Williford, a defensive back from Tennessee Tech, is coming in. And Alessandro Lorenzetti, a 6'5", 285 offensive tackle from Michigan. So they've added some things that they felt they needed after the spring the spring game. From a schedule standpoint, they got a really favorable schedule. They start with Auburn. Auburn was okay last year, not that great. Then they play SMU. Of course, SMU was in the playoff last year, college playoff. And then they play Stanford. That'll be a win. And then they start conference season with Arizona State at home. So they've got tough games with Arizona and K-State at home, and they got TCU on the road. But for the most part, they have a relatively easy schedule. They play OSU, UCF, Utah, and Houston, and the last 3 games of the season are all at McLean Stadium, a home game. So those teams, none of those teams were bowl eligible last year. So from a scheduling standpoint, they they got it really good. They avoid BYU, they avoid Texas Tech, they avoid Iowa State, and these schools are all ranked in the early season polls. So for me, it's possible to see a 11-1, 10-2 type season with an 8-1 or 7-2 conference record, which will put Baylor near the top of the Big 12 this season. So that is it on Baylor. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. It costs you nothing, but it helps me out, so I appreciate it if you do that. Thanks, everyone, and hope you have a great day. Bye.